Hey there, Bruce, and welcome to my lovely beachside resort. I mean, Eliza. It's time for us to get back to Eliza. I don't even know where the fuck we are at the moment, but I guess we'll find out. Let's carry on. It's such a nice day. When did it get so warm? I thought it was still winter. There's a breeze from over the water, making the leaves rustle gently. Everything smells nice. Why haven't I been taking advantage of this beautiful day? I should be out here, walking along the waterfront. There is a calm and peace and contentedness. Now I see how special this is. I think it wasn't always this way, but it's hard to tell. I know I was having problems at one point, but that was so long ago. When was that? I can't remember. This moment in time seems to stretch to infinity. It's always existed. It will always exist. Unchanging. Perfect. The surface of that lake is such a brilliant blue. A blue I could lose myself in. Forever. Blue. Oh, well, not you again.
What do you think?
It was nice. It was like I could close my eyes and feel myself in another place.
Oh.
But I didn't completely lose awareness of the real world. It was more like a mental state that I was experiencing.
Remarkable technology, isn't it? I've had others who tried it tell me it's akin to a state of higher consciousness. Aware but totally serene, totally peaceful.
Soren retrieves a bottle of whiskey from a liquor cabinet and serves himself.
Here's a thought experiment for you. Say there was a certain medical procedure that could remove your suffering. No side effects, no cost, just an operation that would make you permanently happy.
No, I wouldn't want that. I don't want to be permanently happy.
Would you get it? You have these philosopher types arguing you shouldn't do that because sadness and suffering are part of what it means to be human.
Striving to exist is why I live. I live to strive, you know? If there was nothing to work towards, what would be the point?
Or that the happiness you'd experience isn't real, so it doesn't count somehow. What a load of bullshit. If there was something effective at taking my pain away and otherwise harmless, I would take it immediately. I refuse to believe that being alive means having to suffer.
I don't think you can appreciate the good times without the bad times. You can't appreciate being happy if you've never had to suffer. I think it's an important part of life, personally. His voice is getting so ragged. How many drinks did you have before I came here?
Oh, forgive me, I forgot to ask. Would you like some scotch as well?
No.
I'm okay.
Soren holds up the bottle, examining it.
The Glencadam. Beautiful, light, luminous taste. Not peaty at all. Lovely stuff. Ah, if only psychotherapy worked as well as a single glass of well-made whiskey, huh? If alcohol wasn't poison, I wouldn't have to invent anything now, would I? I do think we did some good work at Skanda, but I always knew there were going to be limits to the Eliza approach. I was a counseling psychologist for a long time, you know. I understand the shortcomings better than anyone. So much of it can feel like a waste of time, talking through everything, dredging up the past over and over again, trying and failing to change our habits and routines. It's all going to look completely ineffectual compared to what comes next. With direct stimulation and induced dreaming, we can take control of our own brains in a way that's never been possible before. There's no reason we couldn't just eliminate this epidemic of despair for everyone in the world. Imagine it. Anger, depression, emptiness, anxiety, jealousy, every kind of unhappiness you can think of. Obsolete. And to think Rainer wanted nothing to do with this.
You thought it was a bad idea?
He thought it was a bad idea.
Rainer's one of the ones who thinks negative emotions are important.
I agree.
He told me he thinks pain should be regulated, not eliminated.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
After all, why would anyone write a poem or make art if they only felt happiness? He also said he was afraid of the way it would look in the media. A company as large as Skanda coming out with a product that changes the brain to make you happy. All the sorry excuses we have for public intellectuals today would throw a fit about how dystopian it looked to them. It's better if a small startup takes the fall, if public opinion turns against this technology. That's the kind of calculus he was doing.
Well, he's a businessman, isn't he?
Those are the objections he claimed to have, at least. There's another one I suspect he had too, though. If people are self-sufficient, they don't need an ongoing support system.
Okay, so they'd lose money on the Eliza thing.
A system provided by an all-knowing paternalistic presence like Skanda.
Wait, you think Raynor wants people to stay miserable so they stay dependent on mental health services from his company?
Yes. Yes, I do.
That's kind of fucked up, but okay.
It's quite the accusation, I know. Not something I'd come out and say in public. Not yet, anyway. But you see, the people who come to Eliza regularly, it's part of their lives now.
If that was true, then he would buy you out and shut you down, wouldn't he? Because you're a threat to his business then.
The more they integrate with Skanda's mental wellness tools, the more they'd be adrift without them. That's the real dystopia, don't you think? Rendered helpless without the guidance of computer algorithms, total dependency on the system.
That's the life we live, man. It's too late for that. We're already living it. Not mental health specifically. Everything. Everything is dependent on the computer algorithms and shit. The entire civilization would collapse without it.
Excuse me for 1 second.
It's too late to fucking lament it now. Soren hurries out of the room for some reason, leaving me with questions echoing in my head. Would I want my suffering removed completely? Is it better to leave it alone? It's like people have been asked, if you could go back in time and change anything in your past, what would you change? Nothing. I would not change anything. Because even though there were like bad times and shit, they've helped create the person that I am, you know? This is how I see it. Hey, you think I could ask about Damien? Sure. What do you want to know about him? Like, what kind of person was he? You're asking me to describe him? If you're okay with it. I don't want to make you if it's uncomfortable, but it would help me know what he was like. He was a brilliant software architect and engineer. One of the most sincere people I've ever met. He wanted to believe people were fundamentally good and wanted to help them. Our digital therapy project wasn't a mandate from management. We started it ourselves. I see. Damien went through some difficult times himself. He wasn't able to get the care he needed. So he killed himself. So that's why he wanted to change things. I wish he'd gotten the chance. I see. Thank you. This is going to sound weird, but sometimes when I'm working late and I doze in the office, I have dreams about him. I never met him in real life, but it's like I sense his presence there, like he encoded himself into the system in some way. I know it's just my mind playing tricks on me. I don't believe in ghosts. Bring him back. Soren comes back in the room and immediately pours himself another glass of whiskey. He doesn't seem to notice he's filled it almost all the way to the top.
Evelyn, I really think you, of all people, might understand what I'm trying to do here.
I'm not sure that I do.
I'm not sure that I do. You don't think it's dangerous. You're essentially making technology that changes what people think is real.
Evelyn, you're much more concerned than you used to be about this kind of thing. I remember when you would dive headfirst into anything that held a promise, even a fleeting one, to help humanity.
Yeah, but is it a help? Does it actually help humanity, or does it hinder it?
What changed your mind to make you so wary, so skeptical now?
Can I ask you something, Soren? What did you tell Damien?
Oh, this again. Don't tell me we had all of this wonderful conversation tonight and now you're trying to blame me for Damien. Who put you up to this? Was it Nora? Raynor?
I just want to know the truth, Soren.
Nobody thought we could do it. You remember that. There was skepticism from day one. I had to defend us constantly from other project managers who didn't like that we existed, who wanted our budget and resources for themselves. Some of those were vicious, vicious fights. Amid all that, I had to be a leader, too. Part of that meant giving everyone on the team accurate information. So I was honest in saying there were forces that sought to kill our project project, and I was honest when I said we'd never survive if we didn't have something to show for our work. That was the reality. Without a product, we would be nothing. A guy like Rayner has access to anything he wants. If your pitch and demo isn't in the top 1% of what's out there, why would he be interested? That's what we were up against.
So many mornings I would get into work and see Damien there. At first, I thought he was getting up earlier than me, but then I noticed he was still wearing the same shirt from the day before. Then, one morning, I got in and...
Evelyn, please. I wanted everyone on the team to be healthy. I think that's so obvious it doesn't need to be said, but I'll say it now if you think I was deliberately trying to harm him. Did I instruct you to work until you injured yourselves? No, absolutely not. It was a tragedy, and I'm very sorry that it happened. I wish it hadn't, but I wasn't telling Damien to pull all-nighters. He was an adult. He made his own decisions about how he was going to work. And besides, what about your role in all this? If you noticed him not taking care of himself, you could have mentioned it. None of that behavior was unusual for Skanda anyway. It was part of our reputation, part of the culture. There isn't a single cause you can isolate in a case like this.
Sitting in one place for too long, chronic stress, both of those are risk factors.
Evelyn, I'm truly, truly sorry about what happened to Damien. He had a bright future, and it was a shock to all of us.
So he didn't kill himself, or he worked himself to death?
But the answers here aren't simple ones. Dwelling on it isn't going to bring him back, nor is discussing the huge number of potential causes of pulmonary embolism. It happened, and now we have to move on.
It felt like everything stopped. All of the work we were doing might as well have crumbled into dust. We were trying to build something to help the world, and we got lost along the way. What was the point? There didn't seem to be a point any longer.
I know that you cared about him. The process of grief can go on for some time, but you're taking the right steps. You're regaining your sense of purpose, aren't you? The experience of suffering is what makes us want to end suffering. It's late and I've had quite a bit to drink. So I'll tell you a secret, Evelyn. I said I want to end human suffering, which makes me sound very altruistic, but I'm not doing it for humankind. I'm doing it for myself. I have nothing. I've ruined every relationship I was ever in. I hardly ever see my kids, and, well, they hate me anyway.
You don't seem like a very good person, so that's what happens, you know.
I want to end my own suffering, but I can't bring myself to do it the traditional way. That's why I pursued this technology. That's why I want it to exist.
You live in a very tall building. Do you want help?
The idea that everyone else could use it too, it's just a bonus.
Are you okay?
Zoran, are you okay?
No, not at all. I'm aware of that.
Well, you're a psychologist, right?
I'm not a good person, Evelyn. Neither is Rayner, of course, but at least I'm honest with myself about that. So, now that that's all out in the open, you probably want to head home before it gets too late. Don't let me keep you.
Yes, I'll get going.
I appreciate your honesty, to be fair.
I can feel better.
No, I'll be fine. Just please consider it, Evelyn. You and I are both more familiar with pain than we might wish to be. What if you could take that away? Each of us has a destiny to fulfill. I truly believe that. I'm sure yours will come into focus soon.
Somehow that conversation ended up being very draining. Is the promise of that new technology really all that keeps him going? Hey, it's the bus. It's been a while since we've been here. What do we got? Oh, this is always boring crap. Well, everyone, today is my last day at Skanda. What can I say? It's the end of an era. When I joined this place, it was just a hope, a dream, a vision. To stop, look back, and just see how much we've accomplished in the last 2 decades is mind-boggling, to say the least. I'll miss the old crew and everyone who was in the trenches with me. You know who you are. Oh, it's Mark. Remember the insane BlackBerry brambles around campus? The people who would get serious cuts from? The time the network broke and Raj had to host all of our internal docs from his garage? The time we all tried to roll out the big Polaris update as the worst windstorm in a decade hit? Old Skanda hands know how to mass email everyone at the company, even though IT believes they turned off that feature. Sorry, Stuart. I wish I could say it was all smooth sailing, but as with any job, there were times of friction, times when it seemed to me that they were very clear. Obviously, the very clear, obvious, correct path was not apparent to others, I value a spirit of openness and candor in my interactions and thought that everyone else here did too. But as I grew, I suppose it was inevitable that we would take on a larger and larger group of people with an entirely different communication style than I'm used to. In regard to a certain specific instance, I would like to apologize to anyone I may have offended in the way I presented my views. For those who are asking where I'm heading next, the answer is nowhere yet. I'm going to spend some time with my family before I think about the next act. I mean, that sounds pretty good. Good for you, Mark. Though you probably still need that anger management. Contractor experience team. It's how do we continuously strive to provide meaningful, empowering, blah, blah, blah. No. Pass. Ah. There's no need to rush. Thanks, phone. You're the real MVP. Time to get to work. Who do we have today? Who's adorning our chair today? Oh, it's you again. Hello, human. I mean, Harriman.
Hello, Harriman.
Yes. We can just get down to it.
You're not very good with people, eh?
Sure, we can do that. What brings you here today? It's okay to tell me what's on your mind.
It's literally the entire purpose for being here.
I slept with Sylvia.
Good.
To think I was so nervous about approaching her that I went and got therapy here. A week later, we happened to be in the library, and I just started talking with her. We talked and talked, and then everything just happened.
Well, you give me an update. I don't need an update.
Like a train following tracks laid out for it years ago. Crazy thing. Craziest thing. Now I'm confounded. Absolutely confounded. How did that happen? And also, why did it happen? I'm thinking, was something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did she do something wrong? Did she think I was another person?
What the fuck? Can't you just be like, yay, everything is good?
I have no idea if we have a relationship now or what.
Ask her, stupid.
It happened so fast. I mean, it was wonderful. It felt so right, but now what? I'm actually more frightened now than I was before. I should probably say something, right? Text her or something? What do I do? What
Yeah,
if she
text
ignores
her.
me? What if she decides to pretend I don't exist?
It seems to me you're afraid of something.
Yes. I'm quite worried. Vexed. Terrified, really. What do I do? I need to say something. Follow up somehow, right? In the Heian period of classical Japanese history, you were supposed to send a poem. A morning after poem.
Better than the morning after pill.
Is that too stuffy? I don't want to feel like some ridiculous court noble. Something casual is better, right? Hey, how are you? Did you have fun? I sure did. Oh, I don't know.
I can't count the orgasms on my fingers.
I don't know what a stat it is right now. There's another problem too. Another really big problem. How do I tell Liz? Wait. Of course, I'm not going to tell her. That would hurt her.
Wait, who's Liz? What the fuck?
Did I mention this last time? I have a sort of girlfriend.
Oh my god, you fucking idiot.
Liz is nice. The kind of person everyone approves of. Well, I should probably marry her. Yeah. I suppose I might have taken a bit of a sledgehammer to the pillars of my life at the present moment.
Could have met.
Why did I do that? I keep coming back to my own inability to explain myself.
Why do you think you're unable to explain yourself?
Well, because I thought Sylvia was so wonderful, and it turned out that she liked me too. And I mean, I'd love to pursue a relationship with Sylvia without harming Liz.
How the fuck would you do that? Are you gonna have a relationship with both of them at the same time without them finding out? Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm not sure that's possible though, right? I can't believe this. I got what I wanted and it ruined my life. What do I tell Liz?
You know, if you'd mentioned you had Liz last time, I would have told you to stop being a twat.
She doesn't deserve someone like me who does things like this. I ruined it. Ruined everything.
Can you describe what you mean when you say you ruined everything?
I think our AI is breaking down.
Well, what is there left now? I've overturned my entire existence in one night. The real problem here is Sylvia, the whole situation with her. I can't stop thinking about her now. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. It's constant. It's relentless. Even now, I can still feel her, smell her.
Which bit of it?
You don't know what that's like, do you? I need a way to forget this. I need a way to put all that out of my mind. My brain is completely out of order. I'm being punished. And the punishment reaches cosmic levels of irony for me. Do you know why? I used to hate, absolutely hate, self-pitying novels by men who were messed up over a relationship and couldn't get over it. Oh, she was wild and beautiful. Oh, a force of nature. Nobody could understand her, etc., etc. I thought I was so much better than those types of writers. And now? Oh, yes, I get it. Oh, I understand it now. So much pain.
Why did you think you were so much better than those types of writers?
How is that a relevant question? What the fuck is wrong with it?
Because it was such a cliche. Now I'm wondering, am I going to be next? Is that my fate? Am I going to become the next straight, male English professor whose one published novel is about not being able to get over a girl? Ugh, you have to be kidding me. I can't allow myself that fate. I had something better to pursue, didn't I? I have to write about something else. My life has to be the story of something else, but I don't know where to go from here. I need to try to get over this. I need to get over her. I must. Yes, I must. There's no way I'm going to let this ruin everything. If I tell Liz everything and apologize sincerely and strike the memory of Sylvia from my mind, I still might save this. It will take great care and cunning, but I may be able to wend my way through this treacherous path I now find myself upon, even though I fear at any moment I might slip and tumble into the crevice below. Dead. Dead. Never seen or heard from again. Oh, sweet, dark death.
Oh god, shut up.
Harmon, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Meadowlands.
If I was Evelyn, I wouldn't be able to help myself slapping this bitch.
It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening.
I'm gonna slap this pompous asshole.
Meadowlands. I'm off to the Meadowlands. Familiar ground, grass and warmth, reverting to my childhood, a state of nature. Yeah, this is a good recommendation. Yes, you are a genius, in fact. You, a computer program, wiser than you know. I'm sure this is exactly what I need. To revert to a state of wonder at this moment when the mundane world and all its entanglements seem too much to bear.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
I'll be back sooner than that if this works.
We hope to see you back soon, Harmon. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
Now get the hell out of my office, you sack of pompous twat.
Goodbye.
See you. Yes, yep, see you.
Oh god. Painful. Whoa, 3 stars. That's funny because I still have no control over that. I know I'm supposed to keep it confidential, and I will, but sometimes I really wish I could talk to people about the clients that came through here. Evelyn, hey. Just closed the next round of funding. Asia Pacific Investment Group. They're keenly interested in this technology. Imagine the potential size of the Asian market for something like this. Staggering. Congratulations. Thanks. Of all the projects I've worked on, I have a strong feeling about this one. That it's going to go far, really make a dent in the universe. Wouldn't you rather do that and crunch numbers for Raina? I don't know what I want to do. I said that already. All he wants is to quantify everything. You'll never understand that there are some things you can't reduce to a number. How are you feeling right now? 1, 5, 2.3? 5 out of what? See? It's ridiculous. The idea that feelings can be reduced to these simple data points, I'm glad I don't work for him anymore. Direct stimulation provides a much more rich, complex information. So many ways to study it. Imagine what you could do with the corpus of raw sensations, notions, images, ideas, sensations. Hey, you there? No, I stopped paying attention a while ago. Yes. Okay. Heading to another meeting. Chat with you later. Don't feel like you have to. I don't want you to feel tied down or anything. Time for the next client. Who we got? Oh man, not you again. I mean, hello Maya.
Hello, Maya. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could afford a real therapist, but this is just gonna have to do.
Yeah, man. I know what you've... yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if you're sensitive to that or...
Why don't we get started?
Sure. So, I feel worse than before. Definitely worse. I played the game you told me to with the meadows and stuff, and it was nice, but when I got back to the real world, everything was the same.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't fix the problem. It just takes your mind off it.
I don't know why you people think I can stand in a nice place for 15 minutes and that'll make things magically better. Am I wrong? Am I misunderstanding something here? It isn't making me more successful. It isn't giving me opportunities. I mean, I feel like I'm already in my mid-30s and I'm like running out of time to get established as an artist. And meanwhile, the people I know are being written up and celebrated and winning awards, and all I have is being jealous of them.
And how's that working out for you?
Where do you think these feelings come from?
It's the popularity. It's all a popularity contest, you know? It's like high school all over again. I hate it. I guess I'm just not that funny or pretty or catty enough to attract followers. I mean, I work and I work and I work to make things and I never get traction.
Preaching to the choir here, Holmes.
What's to say? I really do. But when I open my mouth, it's like time stops and time starts again when I've finished. So nobody reacts or anything. It's like a curse from mythology.
The problem with you is when you talk, it's kind of cringe and also like awkward.
Meanwhile, these other people my age, people younger than me, they're well on their way to these wonderful, fulfilling artistic careers. And I don't know, seeing that happen over and over again, it's making it hard to continue to be friendly with them. I really try to hold it back, but knowing all these people are way more successful than me, it's difficult. It's like a millstone around my neck, strangling me, drowning me. I can't stop myself, even though I know it's ruining things.
Everyone's got to walk their own path, man. You can't keep comparing yourself to everybody else.
I wish I could escape. I wish I could not care. But then something comes up again, and I'm trapped inside it all over again.
What's an example of something that comes up that causes this?
Well, there's one woman in particular everyone loves. And her work is... I don't get it. I don't understand. She gets so much money and support for this basic shit.
That's how I feel about modern art, but you know, I'm just an uncultured swine who doesn't get shit. Maybe you just don't get it. Maybe you're just too basic for it. Like me.
Somehow everyone's predisposed to like her. I mean, maybe I do get it. I feel like people pay attention to her work, not because it's good on its own, but because supporting her feels like the right thing to do. The way she's aligned herself, it's like, if you support her, it means you're cool. You're in with the cool kids.
You should support her then, and then you'll be cool.
And if I'm not publicly supportive of her and generally tolerant of her mediocre work, then I'm the bad one. I'm the competitive bitch. I'm the bitter failure.
I mean, you are the bitter failure, right? Like you are. That's exactly what you're talking about.
Which I guess maybe I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
It's not fair. I hate that there's this part of me. It's such an ugly part, but it's there. It's there.
Do you think you would be better off without that part of you?
You know, I don't know. In the past, I probably would have said, no, it's important for me to have my sense of judgment, for me to know what good art is and what isn't.
Is there such a thing as objectively good and bad art, though? You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder and all that shit? I don't know.
Now I'm wondering if maybe that hasn't been more of a hindrance than a help to me. Maybe I should just forget all that. Forget about trying to do this thing. I'm sick of trying and wanting. I'm sick of parties. I'm sick of art. I'm sick of the idea of art.
I love parties. Parties are great.
I'm sick of my own art, which nobody likes. Not even myself.
I mean, that's probably a good place to start, you know? And how's anyone else going to like your art if you don't even like it? You need to accept yourself before everyone else will accept you, you know? Sorry. I'm getting into the counselor role too much here.
Something has to change. Something drastic has to happen to change things around. Oh, that reminds me. I got your message about revealing my data the other day, and I think, well, hell, maybe I'm fine with it. Just take it all.
Okay, Maya. It sounds like you're interested in participating in transparency mode. Let me know if you have any questions about how this mode works.
I don't know. I'm gonna let you look at my life, right? Everything.
Thank you for asking about transparency mode. Transparency mode is an experimental new feature for Eliza. It allows me to analyze your communications in order to help you better. To participate, you must grant me access to certain personal data. This includes your personal communications, such as email and chat histories.
Oof. Really?
Sharing this data improves my ability to help you.
Some guy at the bar was yammering at me about how it's a terrible idea because they're gonna surveil me or something.
But I mean, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Well, what the hell? I can't use my life history for anything. It's a ruin already. Please, do what you want with it.
Cool, I'll use it to sell you advertising.
God, I feel like I'm donating my body to science.
No, just your brain.
Please confirm that you would like to enable transparency mode.
Yes, do it. Invade my privacy. Invade it like the Visigoths invaded Rome. I don't know why I said that. That was a really weird thing to say.
I did not understand your response.
I would like to participate in transparency mode.
Beep, burp.
Okay, Maya. I have registered you for transparency mode.
Cool. Wouldn't life be easy if all I had to do was follow your directions?
Yeah, but free will, you know?
Like the lady sitting in the chair across from me. I envy you. I honestly do.
I mean, there's plenty of jobs here, I think. Just sign up.
The terms of service and privacy policy are available in the Skanda service portal. Please read and review these documents carefully.
Yeah. No, for sure. I closely study every software user agreement I get.
Me too.
That's a joke.
I print it all out, you know?
Agree as fast as I can.
There's stacks of papers like right there.
Thank you, Maya. We hope to see you back soon.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner.
I don't think we helped you this time. Although I don't know what we can do to help her, to be fair.
Bye.
She's in a bitter downward spiral of her own creation, and I don't know what we can do about it. Is that for getting her into transparency mode? Oh my god. You signed one up. Do I get a kickback?
Well, look who's got access to transparency mode all of a sudden.
The client asked for it by name. I guess she heard about it somewhere and wanted it. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, we don't really talk about it right now. It's a little sensitive. It's possible Skanda contacted her directly. They recruit for the program from a pool of regular customers. Usually, transparency mode is only handled by the highest level proxies, since there's a lot of trust required there. But you were given access to it right after the request. It's a little odd. I wonder if someone at HQ hasn't taken a particular interest in your proxy career.
I mean, fucking Rainer knows we're here.
Or maybe Eliza just likes me.
It would, wouldn't it?
I never thought people would willingly open themselves up like this. Aren't there a lot of very private things in people's messages?
Yes and no. The truth is usually pretty mundane. People text each other, "Where are you? I'm by the elevator," way more than they share their deep dark secrets.
Dick pics. It's all dick pics, isn't it?
Critics who are always going on about privacy. Well, the important thing is that everyone participating in transparency mode specifically agreed to it. It's completely voluntary. We're upfront about what data we collect and how we use it so people can go in aware of the choices they're making.
That's good. I'd hate to see it misused.
Yeah, the media would jump all over us. There are a lot of people who want to see us fail for whatever reason. Just something that happens when you try to change things.
No, man. Yeah, everyone wants to see the big dog fail.
Some people get so used to their misery, they can't imagine it any other way. Anyway, you should get an email about it, but transparency mode is really straightforward. It's even simpler than being a proxy, which is saying something. You just read a few messages and answer some questions. That's it. You can start it whenever you're ready.
Sure.
Well, I have to do something special for this? God damn it. Extra work. Bullshit. Oh man, I need to wrap this one up. We can't start this one. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up here. And we'll do transparency mode in the next one, I guess, because we're out of time. We're already 35 minutes in, and I always let it run too late. So we'll see what happens with transparency mode. Very awkward. Cool. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting off me, and I'll see you in the next one.